Some people wait for the perfect time, others make the time perfect. Today's guest choose the latter. Hi Fatima, it's good to have you on the podcast.
Hi Fatima.
How has social media helped you grow your business?
I have amazing contact list.
What has been your proudest moment as a student entrepreneur?
I won Best Perfume Plug of the Year.
So far so good. What lessons have you learned?
See, just involve God in everything you do.
What steps did you take when you decided to turn your makeup skill into a source of income?
I stopped doing free makeup. If you're not paying, then you can just go next person.
How important is pricing, and how did you decide what to charge when you were just starting?
I was not too ambitious.
What are some things students should consider before trying to make money from their skills?
You need to be very, very true to yourself.
You get a call to do a makeup for a celebrity tomorrow. Who do you hope it is and why?
I've actually done makeup for celebrities.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima, Zakariyya.
Some people wait for the perfect time, others make the time perfect. Today's guest choose the latter. Hi, welcome to yet another interesting episode of Campus Hustlers, your weekly dose of entrepreneurial spirit unfiltered. I'm your host, Fatima Zakariyya. I am an entrepreneur, a corporate event anchor, a voiceover artist, and of course, I am a podcaster. Joining me on today's episode of Campus Hustlers is Fatima Lawal Ohunene, a 500-level student of glass and silicate technology at Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, Kaduna State. Beyond labs and lecture halls, she is the creative force behind Zahra Beautee, a budding beauty brand where she works as a makeup artist with a vision to help people feel confident and radiant through makeup. She is also the founder of Zahra Collections, a growing brand where she sells unisex perfumes, ladies' jewelry, and handmade footwear. Fatima's entrepreneurial spirit was kindled early, inspired by her parents, especially her mother, a graphic designer in Kaduna. After completing secondary school in 2017, she channeled her passion for creativity into learning makeup artistry. Despite not gaining immediate admission into university, she saw the period as an opportunity to develop herself, a mindset that has continued to shape her journey. When she finally got into ABU, Fatima planned to monetize her makeup skills, but juggling business and academics as a fresher proved challenging. Refusing to give up, she pivoted, identifying a more flexible business that could fit into her student lifestyle. This led her to perfume sales. She started with affordable designer body sprays, confidently marketing them to her classmates, and soon expanded to oil perfumes, jewelry, and eventually handmade footwear. What sets Fatima apart is her ability to constantly adapt, evolve, and spot opportunities that align with her skills and environment. From a young girl inspired by her mother's creative hustle to a multi-niche entrepreneur on campus, her story is a blend of grit, passion, and purpose. Hi Fatima, it's good to have you on the podcast.
Hi Fatima.
How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm doing so well. Alright, so Fatima, can you take us back to when you first realized you wanted to start Zahra Beautee?
Okay, so the name Zahra Beautee initially wasn't Zahra Beautee. It was actually Timali's Beauty. A friend used to call me that, and I kind of liked the name then, and I wanted it to be my brand name since I had just started a business. So along the line, I changed it to Tima's Beauty and now to Zahra Beautee. So like you said, it was after secondary school, I had applied for pharmacy at ABU, but then I didn't get admission, and I just knew I wanted to do something. I wanted to make that the best time out of the whole 1 year, not getting admission of a thing. So I just knew I needed to do something. Although my dad wanted me to, learn my mom's business, which was graphics design. But then during secondary school, I used to kind of chip in, go to her shop. So I kind of learned how to do one or two things about the business, but I just knew I wanted to do something. I stopped going to her shop, and I just sat down one day and I thought about the whole thing. I thought about what I could do. The whole idea of handwork, it's something I love. The whole feeling of, doing something yourself and making money out of it. It's lovely. I grew up in a house where both my parents, they are not corporate workers, they have handwork. So I think that was where the whole passion and the whole love for handwork came from. So I just told my dad I wanted to do makeup. At first, he wasn't really in support of it, but then it's what I want to do. I just had to register and I started training. From there, it became something I want to do, something I love doing. And yeah, that's how the whole Zahra Beautee came.
Wow, interesting. All right, so now tell us, so why did you choose perfumes as your next venture?
Okay, it was in 2019. I had gained admission. I was in 100 level. And then there was this classmate of mine who used to sell perfumes. Her brother has a store. He was serving in Kano, so he has this store where he sells perfume. And then he would give it to her. She'll bring it to class. But then she was so shy to, advertise to our other classmates. I mean, we were just freshers. We didn't know each other and all that. So I stepped in. I helped her, advertise it to our classmates. I don't know. I love to advertise. I love it when people buy from me. And the whole time, I love the feeling I was getting. I was able to convince people to buy from me, and I was even able to recommend fragrances to people. The whole feeling was just something I love. And at the long run, she suggested I start selling since I'm good at it. And she wants to introduce me to her brother. He could give me wholesale prices. Before then, I came into ABU with, my kids. I wanted to monetize makeup, but then the whole balancing makeup and studies as a fresher in ABU, it was very, very hard because I was just new into the system. I needed to understand what the system looks like and all of those things. So it was very, very hard for me. And then I knew I needed something. I needed a side hustle, something else that could bring income. So the whole idea of perfume wasn't a big deal. So there was this particular day I thought about everything she said. And it's something I've already started doing. Everybody thought I was even the one selling it and not her. And I got to realize that selling perfume is actually something good. This is actually something students will need along the line. And again, it's a very, very flexible business. It's least stressful. So I was like, yeah, I'm ready for it. Although then I didn't have capital for it. But then one very faithful day, I chatted him up and I explained my situation to him. And he was like, his sister has already told him so many amazing things about me, how good I am with customers, how I'm able to convince people to buy whatever it is I'm selling, blah, blah, blah. Then we actually struck a deal. He would give me these perfumes at wholesale prices and then I'll sell them within 2 weeks and then send his money back to him. Whatever it is I add to it is actually mine. And it works perfectly for me because I didn't have money and it's something I wanted to do. So yeah, we did this from I think mid first semester till second semester before my exams, and all through I was saving up, and also I was saving from the allowance my dad used to send to me. I was saving up and I saved up quite a number of money. In fact, during second semester, my 100 level, I sold coconut milk balls. I don't know, guliswa, because I wanted to have capital I could use to start. Because the whole idea of him sending it to me at wholesale, it didn't really sit well with me at the end of second semester. I wanted to have my own capital so that I knew that yes, this is my business, not somebody's business. So I was able to save up some money and I had my own capital to start up. So that was how the whole perfume came into place.
Wow, interesting. And I love that. I love the fact that you were able to start something else just so you can gather money to make your capital. Interesting. And I learned a whole lot from what you just said. But then there is something I'm curious. I want to ask you this question. Not many student entrepreneurs are bold enough to advertise in class. And I'm wondering, as 100 level student then, where did that confidence come from? Is it something that is inborn?
Okay, so before the whole ABU stuff, while I was going to my mom's shop before I started learning makeup, I used to do donuts and then take it to her shop and sell to her customers. Some of them will be like, no, you don't want to eat donuts. I will convince them to buy. I'll be like, if you taste this, my donuts, see, sir, please just taste this donut. Things like that. So it wasn't too hard for me to advertise to my classmates. And as a business-minded person, I see everybody as a potential customer. And then if I don't advertise to them, how would they buy? They won't know you're selling if you don't tell them you're selling. So, it was very, very easy. Yeah, I know there's that fact that I don't know them and it was so comfortable for me to, advertise them. But then don't forget, these are people I'll be spending the next 5 years of my life with. So if I don't interact with them at that time, when would I interact with them? And then if I don't tell them I'm selling this kind of thing, they will take my money elsewhere. So you understand?
Yeah, interesting. The confidence has always been there. I get it. All right, so now tell us, what inspired you to start Zahra Collection?
Okay, so Zahra Collection is actually the brand name for other businesses I'm doing that is not makeup. Zahra Beautee is the makeup brand, and then Zahra Collections is every other thing under it. We have the perfume, we have the jewelry business, we have handmade footwear. So I'm just going to take you through them briefly. I already spoke about the perfume. So for the jewelry business, I started in 2023, and what inspired me to start was I had money, and for me, having money does not mean spending it. Having money means investing, and at that point, I just wanted to invest. I noticed on campus, then I was staying in Suleiman Hostel. I noticed that there was no jewelry seller on campus. Then there was this roommate of mine. She wanted to buy jewelry for her friend, and then she was like, she can't go to Samari Market. She has to wait till on Friday. And the friend's birthday was, I can't really remember the story, but then it's not better for people to know that you are selling this thing, and then when they need it, they'll just, come to you. When you're outside the walkway advertising, they'll just be like, sister, I want to buy this, So that was what inspired me to start jewelry business. Although it didn't do well that year because I ran into a loss. A very big loss. I lost all the capital. So I had to pause, and I started it last year again, 2024, because I shop for my jewelries myself. So the kind of compliments I get, sisters, your things are so beautiful. Oh my God, sisters, you have eyes for good things. Those kind of compliments, they are things that keep me going. And then for the clothing line happened 2021, during the batch A, batch B stuff. I was in 200 level then. I had money again. So I wanted to invest, and I wasn't in school. So I started with selling hijabs and jilbab. It went very, very well. Alhamdulillah, it went well. And then for the footwear, the handmade footwear, it's just like a side hustle because I don't make the footwears. I only sell them. My cousin makes them. It started when he sent me some designs. I posted, and then there were lots of orders. And then he was like, okay, can he kind of make shoes for me when I'm going back to school? And then I'll just take it to school. And since I'm very good at advertising, so is it possible for him to, make these shoes and then give me at wholesale prices, and then I'll sell? So that's how Zahra Collections came into place.
Beautiful. Okay, so now how has social media helped you grow your business? Because obviously there are times that, you are not in school, but you are still into business. And I'm so sure that it's not as if you are going on the street displaying these things that you sell.
Well, if I'm going to be very honest, my contacts, they are like my driving force. I have amazing contact lists. I feel like my contact people, they love me. I don't really do well on Instagram and TikTok and other social media apps because I don't show up regularly.
All right, so Zahra, success story. So far, so good. What has been your proudest moment as a student entrepreneur?
Okay, the fact that people love what I'm doing and they appreciate what I'm doing. They buy from me. But then, that feeling that comes with when they love what they are buying. The fact that I'm giving them value. I'm not just selling to them. I'm giving them value. I'm dishing out value. And then the kind of reviews I get, it keeps me going. I don't want to stop what I'm doing. And another proud moment was last year, 2024. ABU King and Queens hosted this RAE Awards, and both my brands were nominated.
Wow.
I didn't even know. Most of my close friends, we didn't know because that was during our IT. We were in 400 level. It was during IT, and IT was very, very hectic. A friend of mine sent me, I've been nominated for Best Makeup Artist of the Year. And I'm like, how? When you are doing something and you think people are not watching, but it turns out they're actually watching for them to nominate you. And I think one of the things that made them nominate me, there was this makeup I did. It was the talk of town during that period. And then a while later, another person sent me that of Best Perfume Plug of the Year. I felt really proud of myself then. I actually won one category. I won Best Perfume Plug of the Year. And another thing was, after the whole voting, each time I meet a new customer and they're like, wait, are you Zahra? I was like, I'll be like, yes. They'll be like, I actually voted for you during Ray. I didn't even know you, but then I have a perfume that has Zahra Collection. My friend gave it to me, or I bought it, but then I didn't buy it from you, which was something because I had quite a number of wholesalers around campus. So I wasn't surprised if someone be like, I'm using a perfume from you, but I didn't buy it from you. I'll be like, yeah, it's from Zahra, because all my bottles, they have my label, Zahra Perfumery.
Interesting. I'm super happy for you. Congratulations. And they are indeed success stories.
Thank you very much.
So now, Zahra, tell us, there is a life after school. You are a final year student. So tell us, what are your plans after graduation?
It's very, very obvious that I am a businesswoman and I want to do business. So I think after school it's going to be business. Although if a white collar job shows in, I think I would go for it if it can, sustain me the way my business would.
All right, so Zahra, so far so good. What lessons have you learned?
See, just involve God in everything you do. If you're a business person, make sure Allah is involved in whatever decision you want to make. And then take risk, because there are times that risk might be something that will just wow you and you'll be like, wow, I'm very, very proud I took this risk. And another thing is to be you, just do you, don't copy. Don't take people as competitors, rather take them as business associates, like people you can learn from. Don't envy. There's this saying, competition is a thief of joy. So it will just make you feel like you're not even doing anything, you're not good enough. So just don't copy, don't envy, don't compete, and always involve God. Seriously, involve God. I don't know if that's a lesson, but that's the only thing I can come up with right now.
Yes, I can call this lessons in form of advice. Okay, so involve God in whatever you're doing. Learn from like-minded people. Do not compete with them. Interesting. All right, Zahra, it has really been an amazing time with you. But then, quickly before we dive into the second segment of the podcast, where can listeners find you in case they want to connect with you? Are you on social media? Tell us your handles.
Yeah, I am on social media at Zahra Collections. Zahra, Z-A-H, then .RA_beauty. Beauty as in BEAUTEE. My second handle, Zahra Collection, the same way you spelled Zahra, the same way I spelled Zahra in the first one, then _collections. Then I'm on TikTok, Zahra's, like ZAHRA, then _S. And yeah, those are the social media handles I use for now.
Wow, interesting. I will definitely drop that on the description box. All right, listeners, we are about to move into the second segment of the podcast. Zahra and I are going to be discussing the topic monetizing skills as a student. What to know before you start. Zahra's journey shows us that students can build businesses, not even a single business. But the process isn't always easy. In this segment, she's going to be sharing the key things she learned and what every student should know before monetizing a skill. Zahra, are you ready for this segment?
I am very ready. I love the topic.
All right. Okay, so now tell us, what does monetizing a skill mean to you?
Monetizing a skill, it means people are paying you for what you're dishing out to them.
Okay, so Zahra, tell us, in your experience, what's the difference between having a skill and building a business around that skill?
Having a skill means you know how to do something, you're good at doing something, whereas making a business around it, it means you want to make money out of it, you want to create an establishment out of that skill. I'll use myself as an example. Initially, I said I learned graphics design. All my flyers for my business, I designed them myself, but then I've not created a business around this. Now, not everybody knows I know how to do graphics design, but then I do graphics design. Because I didn't create a business around it, people don't say Zahra the graphics designer. They say Zahra the makeup artist, because I'm trying to create an establishment for the makeup. They know me for that makeup. So I feel like if you want to create a business around a particular skill, you have to be very, very mindful. You have to show up. You have to create that awareness in people's mind that, okay, you want to be known for that business.
Okay, so Zahra, tell us, what steps did you take when you decided to turn your makeup skill into a source of income?
One thing with learning makeup is the fact that you will do a lot of free makeups for people because you're practicing. You will do so many free makeup. One of the steps I took was that I stopped doing free makeup. When I knew that, okay, yeah, I have learned to a certain point that I can actually make money out of it, I actually stopped doing free makeup. I made it a no free makeup policy, and it was very, very hard. I couldn't do makeup for quite a long time because my friends would be like, Fatima, when did you start that you want to start collecting money? Those kind of comments. So, but the moment I started having clients that were paying me, the no free makeup it's even something that I'm still practicing up to today. There was this cousin of mine, then she was staying with us. I was using her as practice. So my first client, she saw the makeup and she liked it, and she was like, can I please come to her house and do makeup for her. So that was how it started. That was how I knew that, yeah, I want to monetize this thing. I want to build a business out of it, and no free makeup. If you're not paying, then you can just go next person.
Wow, interesting. No free makeup. I love that policy. You are being sincere. I love that. Okay, so now tell us, how important is pricing, and how did you decide what to charge when you were just starting? As a beginner then, there is this thing that will tell you that, what if I charge more? This person may decide not to. That kind of mindset.
Yeah.
That you have to be careful. Something like that. So tell us about your experience when you just started. How do you decide what to charge when you were just starting?
Well, I was very, very careful because I knew there were better makeup artists out there. I just started. I knew there were people that could do the craft more than I could do. I knew there were people that were very, very good, that had studio. So what I did was I went to Instagram. They're actually makeup artists that I looked up to then, and I still look up to them now. So what I did was I checked their price list. It's crazy, but then I went and checked their price list. If they were charging a casual makeup for 10,000, I would just half it. Mine would be like 5,000 because I was not as good as them. I didn't have a studio. Sometimes people would just come to my house, and then my house is my studio, or sometimes I'll have to go to them. That was how I started. I was not too ambitious, honestly. If there's one thing I know that happened with makeup for me, is growth. I grew in makeup so well. I wasn't too ambitious because I know that, inshallah, I was very, very determined that one day I was going to get to that point that when I tell people price, they will not even doubt to pay me because they know that it's worth it.
Interesting. So now tell us, Zahra, what are some things students should consider before trying to make money from their skills?
Okay, one thing is you need to be very, very true to yourself. Okay, this skill I'm dishing out, is it worth 20,000? Let's say I'm charging 20,000 for a particular skill. Is it actually worth 20,000? If someone charges me 20,000 for this particular thing, will I pay? You need to be very, very true to yourself and let people see the value of what you're doing. And then it's a student environment. Let's say outside school, you're doing makeup for, let's say 15,000. But in a school environment, there are different makeup artists that can do it. But then you want people to patronize it. You can just decide to make your price 10,000, and then maybe during your session, you can tell them that I'm just doing this for you because we're in school. Let them know, because some people are very, very funny. They will think that because you're charging them less, maybe you don't even know how to do it. Maybe you are just managing. Maybe you don't know how to do it. Let them know that, okay, you can decide to run student promo, 20% off, 50% off. It was 20,000, now 10,000. For them to know that it's not as if you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, interesting. I love that. All right, so now tell us, Zahra, looking back, is there anything you wish you knew before you started monetizing your skills?
I've mentioned this. I was a work in progress. Like, everything happened at the right time for me. Everything was a process. Everything was a step. So looking back, I highly doubt if there's something I wish I knew. So I have no regrets. Alhamdulillah.
Wow, interesting. All right, so tell us now, Zahra, for somebody that is listening right now, what advice would you give a student listening right now who has a skill but does not know where or how to start monetizing that skill? What advice do you have for them?
I would say just take a deep breath, think about it, take your time. There is no perfect time. How did they say it? You can only make the perfect time. For me, making money is a motivation on its own. So why would I have something that could give me money and then, I know there are fears, you're nervous, you don't think people would buy. But then let me tell you something, people will buy. Just start selling, and also pray about everything you're doing. Seriously, pray for Allah's guidance in whatever you do.
Interesting, Zahra. Okay, so Zahra, there is something. Looking at your story, I can tell that you did not joke with improvement. Sure, you kept improving yourself. So how can students balance skill improvement with the pressure to earn from it? I just learned this new skill. I want to earn. You understand? Some of them used to forget the fact that, I just learned. I have to keep improving. Makeup keeps evolving every day. If it is fashion, new styles keep coming up every day. So how can they balance skill improvement with the pressure to earn from it?
Okay, I would use myself again as an example. Okay, so in 2022, I got my first gig. I worked with a very, very known brand in Nigeria, Hollandia. I worked as their makeup artist on set, one of their adverts, their northern adverts. I don't know if you guys have seen any clip of it online. And I wasn't good enough. But then I don't know what the advert agency saw in me that she wanted me for that job. The feeling of overwhelmness, it makes me want to do better. If I need to improve my skill, I will improve it. Don't joke with upgrade. Seriously. There's this saying that says you can only use money to make money. Invest in yourself. Makeup is evolving. The way we are doing brows last 2 years, it's not the way they are doing brows now. Like, there are different techniques to it now. So re-strategize. It helps very, very well in business.
Interesting. Invest in yourself. That stood out for me. As you are earning, don't forget that there are new ways to do this thing that I'm doing. So always invest in yourself. That stood out for me. Thank you so much, Zahra. It has really been an amazing time with you. I must confess, thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Thank you for having me, Fatima.
All right, Zahra, before you go, I have one final question for you.
Hey?
It's okay to think about this, my final question, because it might actually require you to think, but I don't know, maybe you've thought about it before. So can I go ahead to ask?
Yeah, sure, please.
So Zahra, you get a call to do a makeup for a celebrity tomorrow. Who do you hope it is and why?
Okay, there was a particular question I was expecting you to ask. You've not asked. I've actually done makeup for celebrities. So your question is due.
Are you serious?
I've done celebrity makeover.
Wow.
Though they are northern celebrities, but then they are still celebrities. I have done makeup for Hadiza Gabon. I have done makeup for Jamila Nogudu. I have done makeup for Hawa Waraka. I have done makeup for Wasila. I don't know if they are all, northern celebrities. I've worked with DJ AB, Adam A. Zongo, Hajara Usman. I've worked with them on set as a makeup artist. I've worked with, Instagram celebrities too, the likes of Chef R, Chef Fisa. I've worked with them. So I don't know. I kind of was expecting you to ask me something so that I'll just, tell people that, yeah, I'm a celebrity makeup artist somehow. But I'm glad you did.
Okay, I get it. But then there are levels to these things. I know that maybe you have one celebrity you admire and you'll be like, oh, if I had the chance to do makeup for this person, wow, I will blow. Something like that. Do you have anybody like that?
Yeah, I do. There are actually two, but then one person I want to do makeup, and I'm very, very sure, inshallah, I will do the makeup for that person. It's Funke Akindele, Jennifer.
Wow! Oh my God!
Jennifer is actually someone that she appreciates young talent.
Yeah.
She's someone that, she has been very, very lovely in the movie industry, in Hollywood industry. She appreciates young talent. And another person is Bimbo Ademoye. Those are the two people I really, really want to do makeup for. If they can sit on my chair like this, Fatima, I don't blow.
Oh my God, I don't blow. And by God, you will do makeup for them. Like makeups, not even one, not twice, not thrice. You do makeup for them.
I've actually dreamt before that I was doing Mercy Johnson's makeup.
Wow.
But then she's not like my person. So
yeah.
But I think that's a sign. I think that's a sign.
Maybe God is actually trying to show you Funke Akindele in disguise.
Yeah, something like that. We have like minds, Fatima.
Like I said, Zahra, it has really been an amazing time with you. Trust me, I enjoy every bit of our conversation. Thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Thank you very much for having me. Thank you so much. And I must say, your podcast is amazing. Keep doing whatever it is you're doing. Just keep it up. You don't know, but then you're motivating a lot of people. Seriously. Well done.
Thank you. Thank you so much for your kind words. I really do appreciate your kind words. All right, hustlers. I hope this episode ignites your entrepreneurial fire. Rate and review this podcast using the hashtag Campus Hustlers on all social media platforms. If you're yet to subscribe, hit the subscribe button now. Until next week, stay hungry, stay focused, and keep hustling. And do not forget all that Fatima said. She said you should involve God in whatever you do. Learn from like-minded people. Do not compete with them. And most importantly, continue to invest in yourself. Bye-bye.
Campus Hustlers with Fatima Zakariyya.